Football clubs are the beating heart of every city. The passion and pride from the fans, developed from the tradition, values, and overall character shown by the players on the pitch. Each team has its fair share of club legends and cult heroes, but I will be talking about the absolute finest player in each squad's history. This is Club's Finest. In today's episode, we will be looking at Real Madrid, located in Madrid, Spain. They are one of the most successful and recognizable sporting clubs in the entire world. The team has hosted several remarkably talented players over its rich history, but my pick for Club's Finest is none other than Alfredo Di Stefano. The list was ultimately narrowed down to two fantastic players, who both each define what Real Madrid stands for today. A team cemented in football royalty because of their domestic and European dominance. These two players were Cristiano Ronaldo and Alfredo Di Stefano. Di Stefano was brought in from Argentinian side River Plate after he showed great promise on loan in Colombia while playing for Millonarios. This transaction came with a lot of controversy, as Barcelona also wanted to sign the blonde arrow. The two teams were going to share Di Stefano for the first 4 seasons, but Barcelona were not impressed with his performances and ultimately sold their share of the player to Real Madrid. Madrid ended up spending around 40% of their annual revenue to complete the transfer. This intensified the rivalry greatly between Barcelona. Ronaldo completed a smoother transfer from Manchester United, but it was still very expensive for the club, as they broke the world record transfer fee of €133 million to bring him to Spain. Both these players would go on to wreak havoc and help define their respective generations of football. Di Stefano scored a total 308 goals in 396 appearances, while Ronaldo scored 451 goals in 438 appearances. Both these players produced at an extremely high level, with Ronaldo taking the overall edge in the goal-scoring category. Since assists weren't being recorded during Di Stefano's playing days, we are unable to truly compare their offensive output. Some competitions and awards have also been created and removed over time, and therefore we will only be looking at competitions in which both players were able to take part in. Upon closer examination, Cristiano Ronaldo dominated both the La Liga and Champions League scoring categories. In La Liga, Ronaldo had a goal per game output of 1.07, producing 312 goals, while Di Stefano had a GPG of 0.77, resulting in 216 goals. Everyone knows Ronaldo is the king of the Champions League. He won 4 trophies with Real Madrid and became the top scorer of the tournament. In this prestigious tournament, he had a GPG of 1.04 and scored 105 goals in his time at Madrid. Di Stefano was also very prolific in the Champions League, scoring 49 goals in 58 appearances. Both players excelled in big game moments, with Ronaldo scoring in 2 of his 4 Champions League finals, and Di Stefano scoring in all 5 Champions League finals he played in. Alfredo Di Stefano was the top scorer of La Liga 5 times and the Champions League twice. Ronaldo was the top scorer of the La Liga 3 times and the Champions League a whopping 6 times while at Real Madrid. Cristiano ended his Madrid career with 4 Ballon d'Ors, while Di Stefano only ended up with 2. Di Stefano was later awarded with the Super Ballon d'Or for his outstanding career. He beat out both Cruyff and Platini. Although both players won international trophies, Ronaldo won the Euros while he was still playing for Real Madrid. It is considered one of the greatest accomplishments in his career. After taking all these aspects into consideration, it is clear that Cristiano Ronaldo has an advantage when comparing his individual achievements at the club. Both players won several titles during their time at Real Madrid. They did extremely well in Europe. Di Stefano won 5 consecutive Champions League trophies, while Ronaldo won 4 in the span of 5 years. Di Stefano holds the upper hand domestically, as he won 8 La Liga titles compared to Ronaldo's 2. When Di Stefano arrived at the club, he was already 27, and Real Madrid was considered an average club, having not won a title in 20 years. His first season at the club, the Golden Arrow managed to score a hat-trick on his debut versus bitter rivals Barcelona. Di Stefano also finished as top scorer, while granting Real Madrid the La Liga title that season. The team were then selected to represent Spain in the Champions League. This is where Di Stefano and company truly set the pace and illustrated European dominance. These Champions League titles have been a major influence in the success of the club, as well as helped create a winning tradition that would be carried on by future generations. It can't be denied that both these players had a huge contribution, creating the rich history boasted by Real Madrid. That being said, if we were to take Ronaldo's entire career into consideration, rather than his time at Real Madrid, he would have a very strong case to overtake Di Stefano as the better player. Di Stefano has been able to do something that Ronaldo had not truly been able to do at his time at Madrid. He gained the loyalty and trust of the fans. It has always seemed as if Madrid fans were too critical of Ronaldo, and there was never a true appreciation of the player during his spell at the club. After Di Stefano's death, he was awarded honorary presidency of the club and had the Real Madrid training pitch named after him. With all these factors taken into careful consideration, I believe that Alfredo Di Stefano is truly Real Madrid's finest player of all time.